joined by defensive coordinator Tom Mason. And, Coach, you are facing a Southern Miss team this week that has a pretty prolific offense. They put up 38.5 points a game. They're pretty balanced, a little bit over 250 passing yards, 212 rushing yards. What concerns you the most about Southern Miss's offense?
Well, they're so explosive. That's what concerns me. And they've got great speed out the wide receiver positions. The quarterback is real competent in what they do. They're a hurry-up offense, so you've got to be able to get lined up and not make mistakes. And the key is going to be not panic and just play within what we do and try to eliminate big plays on them.
All right, you mentioned how explosive they are. They have outscored their opponents 128-53 in the first half this year. What's the key to them getting off to all these fast starts, and what can you do to try to contain that?
Well, I think it's that hurry-up offense. I mean, they come at you and they line up on the ball. They'll either run a play or they'll look over the sidelines and get another play. And what you got to teach your kids to do is they've got to go over there, they've got to get lined up, and they've got to be able to react to them as fast as the ball's coming at you. I think they're one of those teams that runs a play every 18 seconds, and it's hurry-up. It's that NASCAR stuff. And the whole key is get lined up. Don't create a sense of panic. Get lined up and do what you do.
Their quarterback, Austin Davis, has been a 4-year starter. He's been pretty productive. He was second-team all-conference last year. Not the most well-known guy in the world, though. Give a little thumbnail sketch of him, what he does well and what makes him effective.
I think what he does is he operates well within that offense. I think he's got a good arm. He's comparable, probably a notch below Keenum, the kid down in Houston. But he's got a real good command of that offense, and the receivers go get the ball for him. And he's one of those kids you'd like to have a quarterback. He controls the game and keeps the game within what he can do, and they call the plays at the right time for him. And he's really a good quarterback.
All right, their running game has changed up a little bit. Their starter, Jeremy Hester, big, strong guy, but he's out with an injury. Now they're rotating a couple other guys in there who are small, quick guys. Coach Jones was talking about how fast they are. How does that change your approach defensively in terms of how you can attack this offense when they put those two little quick guys in?
Well, I think you protect the edges a lot more. That big back, he was a kid that would run you over, and he had good speed. He was one of the better backs in the conference. And then you put these, I call them change of speed backs in there. They're more return-type kids. They're not going to run the inside plays with those kids as much, so you got to really be solid on your edges, and you got to make sure that you tackle these guys. That number one, he's a strong kid, even though he's not real big, but you got to tackle him, and you got to tackle him in space.
Your front seven has gotten off to a good start, gotten a lot of attention, and deservedly so. What kind of offensive line are they going to see Saturday in Hattiesburg?
Well, I think this is as good an offensive line as we've faced since A&M. They're big, they're athletic. They're a good football group, and we've got to strike. We've got to get off blocks, and I think it's going to be a big challenge for us.
They have two receivers who are pretty balanced in terms of their stats. One has 28 catches, 125. Does one concern you more than the other, or does one present a bigger threat to the vertical game downfield?
I don't think so. It's all about how they run the routes, and what they do is they do a good job of giving you off-speed routes. They give you routes that adjust to you as you put your coverage out. With the key to getting the receivers, we've got to reroute those receivers on the line of scrimmage and eliminate any big play catches by them. That's the thing they do is they catch the ball and they get run after catch. And when they catch the ball, we got to tackle them. But I think the key to it is we've got to get jams on them coming off the ball.
Coach Jones was saying that Southern Miss's coach Larry Fedora always does a great job. Now they've had a couple of years in his system. How much of their success this year is improved talent, and how much is just familiarity and comfort level within that offense?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, that coach he's a proven offense coordinator. He's done a great job with that offense, and the kids are getting more comfortable with what he's doing with that offense. And it's one of those spreads, and you see bits and pieces of it, but you don't see the full thing every week. And now we're going to see the full thing for the whole game. So it's a combination of both. That program's growing, and they got great athletes. They always have.
Does it concern you at all that they've had a week off and they get an extra week to prepare for you?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's always a factor. He's got 2 weeks to study film. I'm sure he's got every clip of every spread thing we've seen and how we've defended it, and that's always a concern. The thing you hope to do is you hope to throw a little different wrinkle at them going in that they haven't seen before too. So I never worry too much about offenses. I'm more worried about how we play and what we do. And I mean, we're going to blitz it. We're going to do the things we do on defense, and that's the way it goes.